the Wuben X4. This flashlight gets 1.5 thumbs up from me, and we're going to talk about why in this video. Pretty cool design here from Wuben. I am biased toward replaceable batteries, and this flashlight does have a replaceable battery, yet still has a rectangular design. It's really like that. As you saw there, the main switch is pretty interesting. You've got a button and a rotary dial here that can control your brightness in a stepping, dimming fashion, as well as cycle through your RGB modes. This side switch here has great detents. It's very fidgetable and lets you put the flashlight in lockout mode, side light mode, forward-facing LED mode, or moonlight only mode. So very interesting. And then you're looking at a tail pedal or tail switch here as well for more self-defense minded tactical use. Easy to find and index that in the dark. So yeah, we're going to talk about all the features of this flashlight, its operation, and check out the beam shots of the white light forward-facing LEDs, the sidebar white light, and the sidebar RGBs. So if all that sounds good, stick around. Thank you for any likes on the video and for subscribing if you're not already. Gonna get to the beam shots early today for you. We've got the forward-facing white light LEDs up first. The lowest output possible on this flashlight is a 5-lumen moonlight mode, and that kind of ramps up gradually via stepless dimming when you use the rotary wheel. So you can boost your output. It tops out at 1500 lumens, and you get a blink at that upper limit to let you know you've reached that. There are ways to get directly to max output from a single press of the tail switch. We'll get more into that in the user interface section of this video. The RGB menu is accessed with the switch in the side light configuration, that little side switch. We're going to go over the user interface in greater detail later, don't worry. But yeah, by holding the switch down, you can cycle between white light bar output and RGB. When you're in RGB, rotating that dial cycles your colors. Here is the white light sidebar output, and this is dimmable as well and can be ramped up and down to get the level of output you desire. And I believe this is in 4000K CCT, which is excellent. That's a rare color temperature, broadly speaking, in the flashlight world, and it's a sweet spot in my opinion. I really like this. Really easy on the eyes, and check out how even and distributed the light is. Perfect work light, perfect for area illumination here. It's time to do some due diligence and talk about what's all included with the X4. The main event, the flashlight itself, of course, does come with a battery, and I'm going to show you that mainly because it's super fun to open this hatch right here. So yeah, it's got a little lock mechanism, and the battery itself is a 3,350 milliamp hour capacity, 18650 with a nominal voltage of 3.65. It is a button top cell. So yeah, cool that they include that. And you may never open this again, but it is pretty fun to open it. And yeah, you already know if you watch my channel, I love replaceable batteries. So 2 thumbs up for me on that. I have reversed the clip on this flashlight just to see how it would carry facing the bezel down. There's a lot above pocket line here, but if you have self-defense concerns and you just want to be able to access this quickly, that does work for you. Pressing this gets you max output immediately, and double press gets you strobe. So if you have a sort of tactical self-defense type mindset, that is how this tail pedal or switch works right there. Yeah, and then if it's in lock, you don't get any light from any of the switches, as you should. Yeah, moonlight mode here, this is just dedicated, so let's see. So this tail switch just gets you in the moon, as well as this main switch. So if you don't want to drain battery, if this isn't a bag or backpack or something, or if you don't want any possibility of bright light, if you're just using this in the light environments, that's a good setting to have. But back to what's included with it, you do get a USB Type-C to A cable, branded by Wuben. Nothing much more to say about that. And a lanyard here with a cinch, but it is a relatively loose cinch, and the manual. So kind of back to user interface. This part is pretty neat. It's very fidgetable as well. You get tactile type of clicks there. I was just depressing that pedal, which is why we saw light there. So as the symbols indicate, this is the side light here because it's pointing to the side. So if you're on this, you hit the switch, you're gonna get your main white light LED. You can toggle your brightness with this wheel here. So it'll blink at the upper limit, letting you know you've reached that. You get really nice, even work light here. If you hold this switch down, you're gonna get to your RGB menu. And then same thing, this wheel, rotating it will cycle through your various colors. You can stop and leave it on whatever tone you want. That's how that works. forward facing symbol is for your forward facing lights. And then yeah, it's on a stepless dimming type thing here when you use this rotation. And then yeah, moonlight mode, this just gets you lowest level of output no matter what, from the tail or from the forward facing LED right there. Now, if you're not on moonlight mode on any of these two middle ones here, if you hit this pedal on the back, you're gonna get max output immediately. So that's how that works. If you have a self-defense mindset, tactical type mindset, if you want a blast of light, that's how that tail works. And then in either these middle positions, a quick double press gets you strobe. So that's how that works as well. Now, what else is there to say about user interface? Lockout, as it should, gets you no light on either switch. So if you have this in a backpack or bag and don't want this coming on accidentally, that is a good position to be able to use. The clip I have reversed, that's what I was remembering. The clip I have reversed just to see how it would look if you wanted to carry this bezel down. There is quite a lot that would stick above pocket line here. But if you want this easy to grab out of pocket and use, this could be an option for you. I think the clip setup is one of the main drawbacks of this light. As it is, in either direction, you're gonna have flashlight above pocket line, and not my favorite setup, but that's really my only complaint with this thing. Everything else, the user interface, for all that it has available, it's been done well. This little wheel and button combo over here is pretty creative. I haven't seen something like that on a flashlight yet, and it's been executed well here. And this little pedal or switch back here, it's clicky, it works well, and it's easy to index as well. Speaking of indexing it, another minor drawback is incomplete darkness. I look for this wheel, and this is probably my own problem, but I look for it closer to the head of the flashlight for whatever reason, and it's more, kind of in the midsection, in between the middle and the head right there. So I have to remind myself where that is to find this switch. And the switch is kind of indexable, but if you have this the wrong way, it's a little bit tricky, just in pitch darkness. So that's minor nitpick for me as well. But all in all, love this X4. Thank you, Wuben, for the replaceable battery. I have to give praise because I complain about that all the time with built-in batteries. They're all over the place in the market now, especially with these rectangular designs. I really appreciate that this X4 does not have that. And it's still a relatively small flashlight, very feasible to carry this in pocket. Little bit weighty, a little bit bulky, sure, but at least it is not using a built-in battery that will eventually degrade. Now, I know they still do last a long time, especially larger ones. I get all that. I hear those, I see those comments rather. So with that said, yeah, just glad it's replaceable in any case. But without rambling any further, I think that's gonna do it for the video. What's your opinion of the X4? If you have any experience with it, please share that with the community. It's been out for a little while, so I know some of you guys have this already. All in all, I mean, the clip and the indexing, only complaints from me. Everything else gets major thumbs up. So let me know what you think of this flashlight. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a good rest of your day. God bless you, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.